me introduce you one more time to the one who started this amazing ride, almost 12 years now ago, Mr. Michael Hansen, and I will not wait any longer and to ask you to join this speech, and I will do the translation. Michael, welcome aboard and thanks for sharing your time and everything about Dubli.
Thank you so much, Thomas. I hope that everybody can hear me. I don't know if somebody maybe could put in the chat if I'm going through it. Very good, perfect. As the slide says here, Happy New Year, and I will really start wishing everybody a Happy New Year, and I really hope that everybody took the time to spend some quality time together with the families. So as Thomas said, I'm in the moment in Denmark here with my family, and there is a very special reason why I'm in Denmark. That's because the weather is so nice here. Sunshine every day. I just finished a swim in the ocean here. No, not. It's actually really, really dark and cold here in Denmark. But the reason why I am in Denmark this week is that last week we had a very big management meeting, actually the whole week in Berlin, our office in Berlin. And we had our whole Dubli management team from around the world to put a rollout plan together for 2015. So we had a very, very exciting week, and we have been putting a plan together that I'm going to promise everybody here that has never been seen before from any other company. It's going to be an amazing 2015. Give you a little bit update, and let's start on the corporate side here. What Dubli actually been doing here, especially in the last 6 to 8 months, is been looking for a lot of new talent, and especially when we come to the management side here. Dubli has been hiring a lot of new managers on different key positions in the company. And not only this, we are also in the moment setting up a lot of new offices around the world. We are actually in the process now of setting a very, very big office up in Portland, Oregon, in the United States. And this office is only going to be developing Dubli, our Dubli.com platform. We're also setting up a very big marketing offices right now in Denver, Colorado. And here we're going to attract professional online marketers from around the world to sit there and really help Dubli to expand not only in the US market, but actually in all the countries around the world. And then we are setting up also a little local sales office in LA, and this little sales office is going to support the network in the United States. And then our Indian company was also, the whole setup was finished there, so now we're also looking into open up a local office in India, and that is going to be in Delhi. So a lot of things is happening. We have really been creating the perfect foundation. The reason why I'm not, going into all the details, who the new manager is in the company and so on, is that the company is going to make a press release about this. So I don't want to say that in advance. So what we're doing in the moment is that we're actually coordinating a very big world tour that's going to happen here in February and March, and we're going to start this world tour in the US market, and then we're going to go back to Asia, Middle East, and also Europe and South America and Africa here in March, April. And what we're going to show on this world tour is actually the whole rollout plan for 2015. And of course, one of the big milestones we have for 2015 is our plan to upgrade our company to NASDAQ. And what we're trying to coordinate now is that the next big international event Dubli is going to arrange is going to be at the same time where we're going to upgrade our company to NASDAQ. So we are working really, really hard to come to a final date here, so we can all start planning here. But not only this, the whole rollout plan here for 2015 is just a plan that's never been seen before. Where we're going to strengthen Dubli.com, the platform itself, with features that's not from this world here, and a lot of things is also happening on the network, and the partner program we're also going to take to the whole next level here. So a lot of very, very, very exciting things have been putting together here behind the scenes in the moment. What I said is that one of the things that's very, very important for us here in 2015 is that we are going to launch in as many countries as possible. So what we're actually putting together to make it fair for everybody is the same rollout plan for any new country around the world. So phase one is that we're going to translate Dubli Network into a lot of different languages. I'm not going to announce in this call which language we're going to translate into, but I'm going to show it on the world tour. So we're going to translate this into a lot of language so people can start working and build the organization. And then we're going to put a number on when you have so many networks in the country. Then we're going to launch Dubli.com in the same language. And when we have so many customers, we're going to launch a local shopping mall. And not only this, as soon as we have the next number of customers we need in the country, we are actually going to set up a local sales office. And the reason for the local sales office is that we really want a staff in each country around the world dealing with support locally, making sure that always the best deal is available on Dubli.com. So this rollout plan I'm going to show you here on the world tour, but we want to be very, very strong represented in any country around the world here end of 2015. So we are very, very excited about it. 2014 is that Dubli expanded into a lot of countries, and what we have been seeing, especially over the last 6 months, is a lot of great leadership in a lot of those countries. So what we are going to do now is to not lose any time, is that we put a very, very big team together, not only a very big team, but also a very, very experienced team in global expansion. And right now we're looking into all the countries where we have good leadership to set up local companies, because of some countries around the world you actually need to set up local companies like we just did in India. And in some countries you have to have a special network marketing license or e-commerce license. So all this we are looking in parallel here. So we are not going to lose any time at all on this. So it's very, very exciting. And for you sitting on this call here, and special for you that's maybe brand new to this business, what's very, very important to understand is that Dubli is really, really a true global business. And no matter how much you build your business locally in your own countries, in 3 to 5 years from now on, 80 to 90% of your business is going to be outside your countries. So for you, it's a very, very, very big advantage that Dubli is very strong globally, because this is a global business and it doesn't know any border. So, and that's the reason why this is very important information for everybody on this call here. Let me start a bit with some of the new things that's coming. And as I said before, our world tour is going to start here in February. So I'm not going to announce any new things coming from February and the rest of the year. And this is a lot of things. So what I'm going to talk about today here is actually what's coming already here in January. So let's start with the first thing, and that is that we're going to launch what we call easy sign-in on Dubli.com. And that means that in the future, our users is only going to use the email and a password to register themselves. And we have been discussing a lot inside the company how we want to launch this easy sign-in, because we've been looking at some other portals out there that actually launch an easy sign-in only with the email address. But the experience that those companies has been doing over the last couple of years is actually that the quality of customers signing up only with an email address has not been so good. And that means that there can be, different example why it's not so good. One is that maybe you're typing in your false email address, or you're just trying to type in and to see if it's working and so on. And we want, of course, to be sure that all the customers we're getting, you can say, the right level of customers. So that's the reason why we're launching now this easy sign up with email and with password. And that is what most big companies is doing today. Then, of course, when people are in the system, start using and getting cashback, and they want to later on have the cashback, take the cashback out of Dubli, then we're going to ask for more information. But we just want to capture as many customers coming in as possible. So that is something we're going to launch here in January, what we call easy sign-in. So the next feature we're going to launch here in January is that any customer around the world who's going to register themselves as a completely free customer on Dubli with what I showed before, just an email address and a password, is going to not start from scratch with cashback as they're doing today. They're actually going to start with either $10 or €10 on the account. And the way this is going to function is that everybody who signs up as a free user is going to start now with $10 on the account. And then the system will be built like this, because we just don't want a lot of people to register and send the $10 out. So the way you're getting your $10 out is that as soon as you hit $25 cashback or €25 cashback, then you can take your cashback out. That means that you have to generate yourself $15 more cashback in top of the 10 So as soon as you hit $25, now you're going to take your cash back out. And this program here is also a program we've been testing for a very, very long time. We've been testing vouchers, we've been testing different amounts, we've been testing like it is here, cash. And this program here we're launching here, we're very, very excited about, and I think you're going to see a very, very high conversion rate when you bring traffic to the site in the future. Because $10 and €10 is actually a lot of money to give away. It's completely sponsored by the company. It's not taken out of your account or anything. Of course, you're not going to earn a personal bonus on those $10 and €10 here, but you're going to earn on the next €15 and dollars that the customer is generated by themselves. So we're very excited about it, and as I said, the easy sign-in, and this is going to be launched in January. As I said, I'm not going to talk about all the new features that's coming for 2015, but our team has just been putting an amazing plan together for Dubli.com. We are going to be the absolute leading platform out there, and our goal is in the next 4 to 6 months to be the best converting site in the whole industry. And when I'm talking about a converting site, that means that when you bring traffic into the platform, that most customers are actually going to convert into registered customer and later on also to active customer using our site here. So we're doing a lot of tests in the moment behind the scene with different landing pages and so on. And what's very important to understand is there is a lot of opinion about how a website should look, what color it should be, and where the bottom should be placed on the site and so on. But when you're doing a lot of testing, it's not about opinion. It's actually all about testing. So what we're doing in the moment is we are working with a lot of different landing pages here, and we are not guessing. So we know exactly when we're going to launch the new features that we're going to launch in 2015, what is working and what is not working. But as I said, our goal is to have the best converting website in the industry. On the World Tour, I'm going to show you a lot of examples of what we're doing behind the scenes. We are implementing a brand new newsletter system here. Our goal is also that every single customer should have his own personalized newsletter based on his interest. And then we are going to implement a lot of new features on our platform itself in the toolbar. The toolbar is going to be taken to the next level, and then of course also our new mobile app that we bring to the market. So I'm very, very excited about this World Tour here, and I'm very excited to come out there and show you all the things that's going to come here. So, but we have very, very big plans here, and I think that when you understand what we're putting together here for 2015, that you understand that we're going to be in a league by yourself. So, let me give a little bit update on Dubli Network. Finally, our new system here in Dubli Network, our new front end, is completely taken over now by the company here, and this weekend will actually be the first weekend where we're completely up to date with all the bonuses and everything on the new front end here. So we're very, very excited about that. And when this is launched here this weekend, then that means again we can take Dubli Network also to the next level and really start working in the back office, implementing a lot of new features. So it's going to be much, much easier for you to search to your organization, scroll down to follow your organization, to scroll down your legs and so on. And we're very excited about it. So hopefully either tomorrow or Sunday, latest Sunday here, everything will be up to date in your back office. Of course, we've also been doing a lot of testing here over the last couple of weeks here, and not only been doing testing ourselves here, but with some of our key leaders from the network also around the world. And what I'm very, very proud to announce is that there has never been a system in the whole network marketing industry that actually been paying more out as basic as our new system is doing. Because right now it is like this, that this new front end that we have been putting in place now is actually paying out just as basic payout. Now we're not talking about the extra bonuses for signing up VIP members, the marketing pool and so on, but just a basic new front end is actually paying out between 60 and 70%, and that's a very, very high payout. But not only this, in the combination with our back end, our existing bonus system that also is paying around 65% out, we're actually having a front end and a back end now. The both together is paying between 60 and 70% out, and that is just amazing. And I think we're going to see some really, really, really high income earner here over the next couple of months here. And it's really, I'm very excited about it. I really, deep in my heart knows that this combination here of this new front end and back end is the most perfect combination that has ever been in this industry. What we were missing a little bit before was exactly what this new front end is giving you, and that is urgency. Now with this new front end, there is a reason why you should start now and not in 1 hour or in 2 hours or tomorrow or next week. And that is so important. And then what it really, really does is paying a lot of fast money out. That means that people has really a possibility here, if they want to do Dubli full time, to really, really build up the business really fast here and focus 100% on Dubli after a couple of months here. And then after a couple of months, the whole back end is going to take over. As I said, it's really, really the perfect combination with the perfect product. So we're very, very excited about it. One of the things we've also been doing here over the last couple of weeks is regulating the difference between euros and Australian dollars and US dollars. And the way we're going to do that is that we're going to pay out everybody in dollars. That means that we are paying out for what is it called, a cycle. We are paying out $40 and calculating euros, that is 33 euros. But what we're going to do to make up for this difference is that we're going to give extra bonus point to European. So the European is actually, instead of, as you know, in dollars we're paying out, if you pay $495, you're getting 495 points equal $1. Each point is equal $1. But what we're going to do to make up for this difference is that we're going to add 80 points for European. That means that what you're going to see now here over the weekend is a lot of extra cycles that's going to happen in your organization compared to before, where you're getting one-to-one with €1, one point. So the European is going to get 80 points extra. And the Australian, because the Australian dollars is less than the US dollars, is going to get for one cycle is going to get 400 points. So that is how we're going to make sure that everybody is getting exactly the same. Then before, with this combination here of this new exciting front end combined with the perfect back end, I'm going to send out a warning here, official warning from the company, because this is going to keep you up at night. That's actually the effect you're going to get, because that was make this new system so excited that you're going to actually put your alarm clock to 3 o'clock at night to get up to see what actually happened in your organization. Because when you are sleeping, they are up in the other side of the world, and that is really what this system is doing. It's making people work together here, and it's creating a lot of urgency, a lot of upfront money that is very important, so you can concentrate about your business. So I'm very, very excited about it, and I think we're going to see not a wave 2015 around the world, but we're going to see a tsunami around the world, and it's a good tsunami of savings and business opportunities with this new. And what you really, really should ask yourself is that where are you going to be when this big wave, when this big tsunami is going to start? Are you going to be in front of it, or are you going to be behind it, or are you going to be in the top of the wave? I'm going to talk a little bit about this here later. Normally, when I'm on my world tour here, yes, thank you, Thomas. So normally, when I'm on my world tour here, I'm always getting the same questions especially for new people, and it's, please, Michael, we know you have a background also in network marketing. Please give us some good advice how we're going to become successful in this business. And I was actually planning to end this webinar here with some good advices how to become successful in not only in Dubli business, but in any other businesses. So let me try to give you a little bit advice here how you're going to become successful in your Dubli network business. The first thing that I'm going to advise you on is that you need to treat this business here like any other business that you're going to start by yourself. The problem that you have in this industry here is that because you can say it's cheap to start, you can start your own business here for 500 or 2,500. It's actually very, very easy not to take it as serious if it was a normal regular business you're going to open up. Because any normal business you're going to open today, it doesn't really matter what it is, if it's a restaurant or a shoe store or whatever it is, you're going to invest a lot of money. So that's actually one of the biggest problems we have in this industry, is that you can actually start your own business very, very cheap. And that means a lot of people is starting, and then they say to themselves, okay, you know what, let me try for a couple of months, there's not so much to lose. But if you start this business with this attitude, you're not going to win. You really need to understand this is a normal business like any other business, and you have to treat this like you invested $1 million in this business, because you're supposed to invest $1 million when you look at this business, all the things we're offering you, building your own e-commerce business around the world. So please, the first advice I'm going to give you is treat this like $1 million business. Treat it like any other business. Otherwise, you're not going to become successful. Another thing that's also very important, and again, it's coming back to treat this like a normal business, that is to analyze the company that you're going to work together with. Because I always say to people, I will never advise anybody to start up in a network marketing company that at least is not 5 years old. Because there's no different from the network marketing industry and to the traditional world. And I don't know exactly the numbers everywhere in the world, but in most countries around the world, every time when 10 new businesses open up, in the first 5 years, 8 to 9 is closed again. And that is exactly the same numbers that is in this industry here. So first of all, look at the company, and the company, as I said, needs to have at least 5 years in business. The good thing about Dubli is we actually have more than 11 years in business. So the chances that Dubli is going to close down in 1 or 2 years or in 5 years from now on are almost zero, because we survived the first 10 years, and that's always the toughest years to survive here. But another thing that's also very important for a company is that you can have the best idea in the world, and if you don't have the right people around you, it's never going to happen. And that is one of the very big advantages Dubli has. If you look at the team Dubli has been surrounded themselves with, our management team, our board of directors, and so on. Not only this, even our employees, the high quality of employees we have around the world here, we absolutely have a world-class team around you, and that's another foundation for success. So Dubli has really everything that it takes to become successful. And the last thing you should look at is the market the company is in. Let's look at e-commerce. Is e-commerce going up or is it going down? And I think everybody knows the answer to that. Of course it's going up. It's one of the fastest growing market in the whole world. So even if Dubli just did you can say a normal or not a special good job, even if we just grow with a normal rate, we're still going to become very successful, because we are in one of the biggest trends right now in the whole world. The whole world are moving online in the moment here. So really Dubli and the company has everything that takes to start up, and that is very important to explain to new people. And also for you, because when you build up this business here, you want to be sure this business is also around in 10 years, in 20 years, and in 50 and 100 years, because you're actually not building, you will understand that later on, you're not building this business for yourself. You're building this business for your children and your grandchildren. This is a generational business you're building up here. So therefore, it's very important for you that you know this company is going to be around for the next many years. The next advice I want to give to you is that you need to find your own motivation while you're doing Dubli Network. And what I mean with that is that, and I'm going to come back to what I said before, is that the reason for that is very important, that you're going to find your motivation here is that, yes, you're going to get tough days in Dubli Network as you're going to get in any other business you're going to join. But the problem here, as I said before, is that you're not committed with a lot of money here. You only invested maybe 500, you invested 2,500, so it's very easy to quit if you get into some problems. If you start a normal business, most business you're going to invest between 500 to 1 million euros or dollars, and then you are actually pretty motivated because you cannot afford to quit your company. Because you're not paying this high amount to start your business here, you need to find your own motivation, so you actually can motivate yourself when you get tough days. One of the things I'm always laughing about is when new people start this business here, and of course people are always interested in what people are doing. So new people, a typical answer I'm hearing to new people, so let's say that the new people talk to the friends and family will of course always ask, so what are you doing now? And a typical answer for a new person is that, I just started in Dubli Network, and I will try to see what's going to happen here in the next couple of months. Just by answering like this, you're already, not committed enough. So what I want to do here is that I want to to give you this advice that when you talk to friends and family in the future, what you're going to tell them is that, you know what, I started here a couple of weeks ago in Dubli Network, and I'm going to break all the records in this company here. I'm going to go to the highest position in the next 6 to 8 months here. I'm going to be the biggest income earner in India, or the biggest income earner in Dubai, or in Germany, wherever I am. You know, commit yourself, because the next time you have a bad day and you're lying on the couch and cannot get up, then you think to yourself, you know what, I have to get up now, because I told all my friends and families that I'm going to break all the records, so I cannot, I don't have time to lie here. Commit yourself and understand your own motivation. That's very, very important. Another advice I want to give to you is that think big. What you need to understand is that it doesn't really matter if you're going to build a small business or a big business. You're going to work hard. The only difference is that you're actually working smart when you're building a big business. And we have a saying in Dubli, that is that if you aim for the stars, at least you will catch the moon. So before I founded Dubli, I was working myself in 2 other network marketing companies, and the reason why I became successful in those 2 companies and actually broke all the records in both companies was that I treated like $1 million business. And actually, the first company I joined, I actually invested more than $1 million myself to open up top professional companies in all the Scandinavian countries and big cities. So when people came to a business presentation, they came into a professional environment, and that was my kind. That was my way to commit myself at that time. And the first business I joined, I only paid, I think it was $450 for. But as I said, I invested more than $1 million myself because I looked at the potential. And what's so fascinating about network and about our product Dubli.com is that you can speak to anybody out there. There's not one single reason why not everybody in the future should be a member on Dubli worldwide in every country around the world. So there is really no limit on the business. And I personally really like to work in a company with a concept that there is no limit. So the only limit there is in this business is yourself. The bigger you're thinking here, you're more successful you're going to come. So, and as I said, you're going to work hard even if you're going to build a small business or a big business. So that is another advice that I think is very important to give to you. Yeah, and again, back to what I said in the beginning is that this is a normal business for you, and everybody around you is going to, you can say, react like a normal business. And whatever business you're going to start, a business always has to go to 3 different phases. And let me explain the different phases. The first phase is that everybody is laughing about what you're doing. They will laugh and say, you know what, this is never going to work. Oh no, you're starting a new company again, and all this. It doesn't really matter if you're the founder of Dubli or you're starting now in the network. Where you're starting, you're going to go to the same phase. In the first phase, everybody is laughing, telling it will not happen. The next phase is that you're going to get under attack. People are going to get rude to you and say, this is not working, why are you doing this? Every single company, every single founder of any company out there have been to those 2 phases here. But the third phase is actually the most funny phase, and that is what you say, now people accept your business. That means that the same people who has been laughing about you, has been attacking you about that you're doing Dubli Network, is coming back to you and said, oh, of course you're successful, because that there's actually no chance you're not going to become successful, because you started in the perfect network, you started with the perfect product, e-commerce, you were helping people saving money, and they're going to tell you all the reason why you are successful. And most of the people say, and you know what, it's so funny, because I actually had the same idea as you 3-4 years ago, but it didn't really, worked out for me. Something came in my way, so I didn't get it started. And that's the 3 phases that you're going to go to, and you need to prepare yourself for that. And if you prepare yourself for that, you actually think it's a little bit funny. The next advice I have to you is that when you're going to present this business opportunity for anybody out there, what you need to understand is that it's not so much what you say, what information you're giving to new people. It's actually the way that next in here. So what happens in a lot of cases is when you've been in the business for a while, you start losing it, not the motivation, but you get more and more information about the business, and maybe the business presentation you did in the beginning that was taking like 20 minutes, after 4 to 6 months is going to be an hour now, because now we have a lot more information. Forget about this. What's really going to sell this business to new people is that you are excited. People will not remember a lot of the information you're going to give to them. They'll remember is he was excited, and I need to find out why he was so excited. So that's a very important advice for you. So forget about overloading with information. It doesn't really matter in which country Dubli has servers around the world, or whatever information I'm sometimes hearing here. It doesn't matter. The most important thing, you are excited, and people wants to work together. Wants to work together with excited people. You attract people by being excited. So that's the most important things. They need to see, as you said, the light. The next phase of that is that it's also very important for you to understand that when somebody says no to the business, and no doesn't mean a no, it actually means I'm watching you. Because the biggest fear people have in this world is actually a fear of loss. So you can be sure about, I've been trying this hundreds of times myself, is that when people say no, it doesn't mean no, it means I'm watching you. And when people can see you are going to become successful in the business, they're going to come back to you, and they're actually going to contact you yourself to join the business. So always remember this, a no doesn't mean a no, it means I'm watching you. And then another very big mistake a lot of people is doing is that, sorry, another big mistake is that when you start up new people in your business, then put some demand down for them. Don't try to sell this like an easy business to do, and you almost don't have to work, and everything is going to explode by itself. Prepare people that they have to work in this business. They have to commit to 6 hours per week, or 10 hours per week, or 20 hours per week, but let people commit to the business so they understand this is a normal business. And what actually most people will actually find out when they're starting in the business, prepare them for the worst. And what most people actually find out when they're actually starting in the business is, wow, this is actually not so tough and so hard as my sponsor explained to me. This is actually a very nice business. I'm helping people saving money, and it's very easy to talk to people about the business opportunity. This is much easier. Because the good thing about this is that people are going to be positively surprised. If you're selling this like almost like a lottery coupon, people are going to be disappointed. So prepare people, and I have it like this. If somebody is going to tell you, yes, I can start in a business, but I can only use a couple of hours and I don't really have time, then tell people, sorry guys, then you cannot start in my business. I'm only working with people who really want to commit. Then please find another sponsor and start under him. So prepare people that this is a business and they're going to work hard, really hard. But of course, the difference is that here you only need to work hard for some years, and then you can actually lean back because of a big residual income, because that's the whole idea with the business we're building up. And no other businesses out there is offering what we are offering. And the reason for that is because we are a true consumer. And another mistake I see a lot of times out there is that when you have an organization, that you actually focus on the wrong people in your organization, because most people are spending most time with all the complainers, all the people who's finding all the reason in the world why this will not work. And that is, I think, natural that you want to help those people, but the problem is that you cannot push people that doesn't want to be pushed. So you have a saying in the marketing, that is that spend 80% of your time with 20% of your organization. So what you need to look for is all the positive people, all the people who's actually producing results, not only talking, but producing results. And that is where you're going to spend your time. That is very important, because if you're working with all the people that is finding all the reasons why this business is not working, you have to push them. You're going to be demotivated yourself, and at one time you're going to stop in the business. So work with positive people, and the effect that you're going to get is that those people who's already producing well, producing good results, is actually going to work much faster and producing much bigger results if you're going to support them and help them. So focus on the right people, not all the complainers and whiners. It doesn't matter. They're not going to be in your business anyway in the next couple of months. So spend 80% of your time of 20% of your organization. But as I said, as many times before, if this business opportunity here existed 11 years ago, I will never have founded Dubli. So I will actually have been working in Dubli Network as you are doing today, because the potential you have is unbelievable. There is absolutely no limit how big your business can become in the next 10 to 11 years. Think about where Dubli is today. Dubli has millions of customers around the world. We have 100,000 of networkers around the world. But in theory, every single one of you on this call here, in 11 years from now on, can have a big organization in Dubli Network, can have 100 million of customers around the world. They can actually have a bigger business in 11 years from now on that Dubli has today by itself. That's the potential that you're sitting with here without any risk. The only risk you have in this business is actually the time you're investing in this business. So, but as I said, I hope that you took some of the advice I gave you. Treat this like $1 million business. Think big, aim for the stars, at least you will catch the moon. And with that, I want to say thank you so much for being on this call here. I hope you like some of the new things that's coming here in January with the easy sign-in, the $10, €10, and as I said, the new front-end system is going to go live here over the weekend, completely up to date, and then everything is going to be built into a nice routine here. I don't think that any other company in the history of any direct selling company out there has been in a stronger position than Dubli is here in 2015. We created a very big wave in 2014, and this wave is turning into a tsunami now. And what's very important when you look at a wave is that you should not be behind the wave, you should not be in front of the wave, you should be in the top of the wave. And by being here today, you are exactly at the right place at the right time. You're in the top of the wave, and that's so unbelievably important when it comes to business. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here. I'm very excited about 2015. I'm very excited about the world tour that we are going on now here. We'll start in the US in February, then we'll go to Asia, we'll go to Europe, we will visit all the most of the countries around the world here with a very exciting rollout plan. So thank you so much.